Hello everybody and welcome to another video by Helpful Heather. Today we're going to be doing a food video. What food? We are going to be making a quiche. What is a quiche, you ask me? Oh, a quiche is a savory breakfast food, but you can have it for breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, any time of the day. So let's talk about a quiche. A quiche has three components. The first one is your pastry crust. It can be homemade, store-bought, but it's going to be golden delicious after it's baked. The second part is going to be your egg combined with either milk or cream mixture. And the third part will have cheese, meat, seafood, and veggies. You can have all four of them, you can have one of them, you can have a mix, but you must have one for it to be considered a quiche. Now let's go back in time, way back in time. So a quiche is traditionally known as a French dish. But did you know that the first recorded quiche recipe only goes back to the 17th century? That's a long time ago. But let me blast you with some information. England recorded a egg cream recipe as far back as the 14th century, and Italy as far back as the 13th century. So who really invented it? I don't know, but it is delicious. So let's get started. Now you can have any combination of foods. So let me show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I pulled out a pastry crust from the freezer. I have eggs, milk, a little bit of butter, an onion, frozen spinach, and leftover ham. So it's the great thing about quiche is that you can use it as anything left over. So let's begin. Okay, I put my 2-pie crust on the pan with tin foil underneath. My poor little pie crust, it did receive some damage, but that's okay. And let's turn our oven on to 350. And while we're doing that, let's chop an onion. Okay, I roughly chop my onions into little pieces, and I'm melting my butter, so we're going to fry up our onion, because you really don't want a raw onion in your quiche. All right, I added my onion with some salt and pepper, and it's starting to fry up. It doesn't have to be completely translucent, but at least a little bit cooked, but it sure does smell good. And we have some meat that we're going to chop up, some leftover ham. All right, I added my ham, just enough to kind of fill up the bottom. And then my onions are cooking. Next, I'm going to add my chopped spinach. All right, I added my chopped spinach. Now, you can use fresh spinach, but you would have to cook it down, and it's so much easier just using a frozen bag. I have my 2, 4, 6, 8 eggs, and I'm going to add some milk, which is the cream part. And then we're going to mix her up. There we go. There we go. A nice yellow consistency. Doesn't that look pretty? And this is going to be our egg custard just about. It's going to be the glue to hold our quiche together. And your onions are smelling delicious. They're getting a little translucent. I don't want to cook them too much because they're going to do some cooking in the oven. So that's just about what I want, just the beginning of translucentness. Is that a word? Ha. All right, so now we're going to add the onions. I'm going to try and split it up between both quiches. And you want to just kind of move it around. And it's easy to go overboard with your ingredients. I wish I would have got the deep dish, because they give you a lot more room. So there we go. And we just kind of pat it down. And we're done with the onions. So now we're going to add our egg mixture. And you just want to pour some on. And you might have to add more eggs depending on your crust size. And you don't want to overfill it, because when you overfill it, as you can see, I'm making a mess. And you just kind of want to stir your ingredients, get the eggs all inside.
I want to try too.
You want to try too, Max? Here. Come here. Come here. Give me your hand.
I know what.
You don't want to do it? All right. Well, I think we just got a perfect enough amount. You don't want to overload it because it's going to poof up and spill over, even though I kind of spilled over.
And milk.
So there we go. That was the perfect amount.
And milk.
Yay! Now we're going to add it to our oven. I preheated the oven to 350. And let's
Eat this so clean. I eat so clean then too.
There we go.
I eat.
And it's in the oven. Now we're going to wait about 45 minutes to an hour.